Hi, I'm Dave from 510, and I'm here to talk about the new Dragon. So the Dragon is a classic 510 shoe that's been in the line for over a decade now, but we wanted to give it some modern updates. But it's still a great performing shoe, has a great shape to it, so we started with the same last. So it's still the same shape of the Dragon, but we just needed to add a few new features, make some improvements where we could. So you'll notice the first difference is it's a split sole. We still have the same kind of midsole and thickness in the front, but it's a little bit thinner and a little bit different heel shape, just because you can always improve heel fit. And when it's thinner here, it's a little bit more flexible. It can suck up to the arch a little bit better. So it's just an improved fit there overall. We're still using HF rubber, and that's our softest climbing rubber compound. So the softer rubbers, you need less weight on it to activate the friction. So it's really good for steep climbing. Just when you're overhanging, you're not putting a lot of weight on your feet, so it really grabs a lot better. It's also a nice sensitive shoe like the Dragon was, so that's also good in a steep situation because you can sort of use your feet like hooks a little bit. You're going to have more sensitivity, but you're going to sacrifice edging power. So if you were kind of getting on a slab and you're a heavier person, it might not be the best edging rubber because it'll sort of roll a little bit. So you'd want a harder one that's going to keep its shape a little bit better. People still are using this on slabs. It's just not optimal for it. Really heavy guys would still want a harder rubber in a steep situation. You have more sensitivity, but you lose edging power, and vice versa with a harder rubber. So you'll notice the upper is also a different materialization. The previous Dragon was a synthetic lined with a canvas, and that's sort of an older material that have been used on climbing shoes for a long time. It's not the most comfortable out of the box. So we're using lined microfiber with also, the lining is a microfiber as well. So it's really soft, it has a nice cushion quality. So when you're wearing that tight, aggressive fit, it's just a nice, comfortable, out of the box fit. You'll also notice that there's a bit more rubber over the toe. So obviously these days in the gym, there's lots of toe hooking going on, so rubber is pretty much necessary on any aggressive shoe. And also the lacing system's asymmetrical, and that's ergonomic, but also it just allowed us to bring that rubber up a little bit higher. Also, people do prefer Velcro sometimes, so we came with a Velcro version of the Dragon. Typically it was just in a lace, but we did add a little bit different style of Velcro system. It's just, it's asymmetric and it's pulling just more angles, so it fits a little bit tighter as opposed to just pulling on the two straps that were on traditional Velcro shoes. Mostly personal preference. Some people, if they have a really wide or a really narrow foot, I would suggest that they try the lace because they'll probably get a more accurate fit, because it is a little bit limited. I'd say more towards the forefoot usually. It's more limited in adjustability, so if they really need to open it up, they'll be a lot happier and more comfortable in a lace shoe. So it's coming in 2019 and it'll retail for $160.